Hello and welcome to another interesting new video series I have just launched, because I've just launched it here. What you taking to work? I thought this was an interesting idea. I just want to show you. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing this. I first have to see if people even like this. But what you taking to work? This is my final break. That's what you call that, final week in the Christmas break. So I'm going back to work on Monday. I thought I would just show you what I'm bringing to work pen-wise. Alright, because people seem to enjoy knowing what I carry. This is not pens that I always carry. Some of them are, some of them are not. I thought we would just quickly go through it. So these are not going to be super long videos. I'll just have a quick talk through these pens and I'll show you how they write, what ink is in them. Let me know if this is useful, if this is something you enjoy watching, because if it isn't, I may as well not bother. 6 pen Visconti pouch. Sorry. I like these pouches. They're not ideal because you have to zip them up and they don't really stay open, and you can't pull out your pen straight. So I mean, there are some issues with it, but it's a nice way to carry 6 pens. It is a nice leather. It does have a nice lining. I do like that. So, which 6 pens are in here? A couple of these are also in my, a number of these were also in my Goat Pens 2016 video, as they should be, because if they wouldn't be, then I wouldn't have to carry them. But I carry them because I like them so much. So, just going from left to right, alright? Start out with this one. A recent acquisition, Madrid Pen Show. This is the Stipula Magnifica, Stipula Etruria Magnifica. This was a limited edition. This is number 33 of 351. I like this. It's a larger version of the Etruria, hence of course Magnifica. And what I really like about this pen, it's a piston filler, nice material, all that is cool, but this has one of the titanium nibs, and this is actually a gold colored one. The lighting right here is a bit weird right now, but it's gold colored, not one of their sort of dark matte grey. And I like it. It's a fine nib. I'm not an enormous fine guy, but the nice thing about these is that they have line variation. It's always nice to have something with line variation. The feed actually keeps up surprisingly well if you flex it. It's nice to have something with you with line variation. If you need to add a quick flourish to a get well card for a colleague or whatever, I think it's always nice to have this. Plus, I really like the shape and size of this pen. Nice, fairly heavy, robust. It works very well. Next pen in the lineup is the Visconti Opera Elements. This is the Amber model, also known as the Tortoise, also known as the Tobacco. It's my favorite of the original 3 Opera Master models. A larger pen, a heavier pen, and I think it's very, very nice. It has ink in there. It's one of the new Ackerman Dutch Masters inks, the yellow one, which I like a lot because it's yellow but it's still legible. If an ink is not legible, I don't bother. There's no point in having that unless you're an artist, but for me that doesn't work. And I like that because it's a transparent ink, so you can actually look through it. You almost can't see this ink in there, and yet there is. So I think that's very neat. I love this pen. It currently has an oblique stub in there, an authentic, one of the original 18 karat Visconti nibs, which I think outweigh the palladium nibs just by far. I love this pen. Large ink capacity, even though it's kind of running dry now, it's going empty. Big, heavy, beautiful, absolutely stunning, wonderful pen that I love and that I have inked up pretty much all the time. The next one, Omas 360 Magnum, the original 360, the large one. Very pretty pen, triangular, fascinating, I love it. And medium nib, it's good to have a medium nib with you. Super broad nibs are great fun, great for shading, etc., all that, but sometimes you just need a medium nib. And this is it. I love this pen, great for longer writing sessions. It's light, and that triangle, for me, is perfect. Very, very comfortable, very pleasant to hold, and I love it. The next one in the lineup is the Omas, another Omas. This is the Arco Celluloid, an absolutely stunning celluloid pen. The Paragon, so it's an Arte Italiana pen, beautiful. Works very well. Vermeil section, gold over silver. Fine nib, works well. One of the nicest fines I own. Very, very smooth. Piston filler, nice ink capacity. I don't think it's as big as the original Paragons, but still nice in capacity. And this material is stunning, full stop. If you have to do something, for example, because you are reading a student paper, you're marking it, and you need to make a statement, then it's always nice to have a nib that allows you to do that, because then you can say, isn't that cute? But it's wrong. And this pen allows you to do that. Classic Pens LB5 in the Cayenne finish. It's red, it's stunning, I love it. It's a giant pen, it's big, it's not super heavy. It's wonderful because it is penfection, and it has the cross point nib, which is a large nib, not just big, but the lines it puts on the paper are enormous. Always have that inked up with a red ink, and I'm not actually that mean to the students. I think it's a great pen. Now sometimes it's a bit too much, that's why I got its little brother, the Classic Pens LM1. Same material, in this case called Flame Red. Nice. As I said, same material, also red, has that beautiful same finish, but a slightly more standard nib. This is an italic, it's a Bock nib. Nothing fancy about it, but it's a nice smooth italic and I love it. Just a bit smaller and a nib that is a little easier to use than that cross point. And that's it. 6 pens, for me that's more than enough to carry anywhere. Different types of ink, different types of nib, ranging from fine to medium to an oblique stub, a super wide cross point, an italic. Covers everything I need. Let's see how these pens write. That's all. And again, let me know if this is a video format that you enjoy, because if it's not, then this will be the only one I do. If you do like it, enough people like it, not just you, because just one person, I would love to do it, but you know, let's see how they write. Hope this was useful, hope this was enjoyable, and I'm glad to see you later. Bye bye. Okay, so I'm not going to do extensive writing samples with all of these pens because most of them are reviewed, and the ones that are not reviewed right now will be reviewed in the future. I'll do big writing samples there. Here you have that Stipula Etruria Magnifica. The ink is Mont Blanc Lavender Purple. Particularly nice about this one, of course, is that flex nib. So that really gives you, the titanium nib gives you a very nice bit of line variation, I would say. Then we have the Visconti Opera Master. This is the ochre ink in the new Ackermann lineup. Of course, the oblique stub gives you the best of both worlds and a lot of nice line variation, which I very much like. Definitely a broader nib. Omas 360 Magnum with a simple, humble, medium nib. This is Mont Blanc Toffee Brown, which I really like as a brown. Has a bit of sheen too, but it's just not too dark and not too light, so I really like this. Very pleasant pen to write with, also for longer periods of time. One of my favorite fine nibs of all time on the Omas Paragon. Nice 18 karat gold nib. The ink is S.B.R.E. brown, which I clearly like. I think it's a very nice fine nib and one that you can definitely write with, although it is a slightly heavier pen because of that metal section. Well, then we have the Classic Pens LB5. Beautiful nib. This is Mont Blanc Corn Poppy Red. Very nice, intense red. I think this is a fantastic pen and a superb nib. Now, you may notice I'm using a lot of Mont Blanc inks. The reason is I have never had issues with Mont Blanc inks. So I have not had them stain pens, I have not had any issue cleaning them, so I think that's very, very nice. And here we have the Classic Pens LM1. This is with the old Caran d'Ache Caribbean Sea, which was a very nice sort of darkish turquoise that they did. Maybe more of a teal. I think it's a very pretty ink, not necessarily the best match for the red, but I didn't want to have two inked up with a red ink because I don't use red that much. Very nice, very smooth stub. So very nice, pleasant to play with. So there you have it. That's my lineup. That's what's going to work this week. I hope this was useful, was fun, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye.